We're here for a pretty large announcement. I want to just briefly introduce myself. My name is Christian Rhodes. I'm the Education Policy Advisor for the County Executive, and I have the esteemed pleasure, and this next second I'm a little scared because I'm going to recognize all the elected officials, so I apologize in advance. If you see any problems, throw your cell phone or something at me, and we'll make sure I recognize you formally. We have several elected officials who are on the speaking part of the presentation, so I won't recognize them now, but we'll do that as we go through the presentation. So with that, we have a number of elected officials who are here, and we thank you again for the last second. Thank you. I feel really important. But with that, we have members of the Board of Education. I want to recognize them. We have Ms. Carolyn Boston, Ms. Amber Waller, this is her district. I want to make sure we recognize Northwestern Wildcats. This is her school. We have Ms. Donna Hathaway Beck, and we have Mr. Curtis Valentine. We have with the County Council, we have representing the chair, who couldn't be here today. We have Mr. Mel Franklin from District 9. Thank you, Mel, for coming. For our delegations, we have for the Senate delegation, we have Senator Ramirez. I believe I saw Senator Ramirez, who was I believe, a graduate of, is it Northwestern, sir? Yeah, Northwestern Wildcat here, a graduate of the school. We also have Senator Paul Pinsky, who was very instrumental in a lot of the changes happening. Paul Pinsky. We also have, in our House delegation, we have Delegate Hubbard, also Northwestern graduate. This is a homecoming game. We also have Delegate Alonzo Washington, as well. Delegate Doyle Neiman, I believe I saw Delegate Doyle Neiman. Delegate Ann Healy as well. Now, am I missing any other elected officials who are here? I got you. I got her. Got her on the list. She has a formal speaking presentation part of the conversation today. Anyone else? Anyone else I see here? I think that we also have some union representation. I'll make sure I formally recognize them. I see local 20. I see ASASP, the superintendents, not superintendents, the principals union. Doris Reed is here. I know I saw local 2250. I saw Dan Bessick in the back, local 2250, and I also saw Carnell Reed, SEIU, local 400, here as well. I know PGCEA could not make it today, but I know I talked to Lou Robinson, and he definitely sends his well greetings. So with that, if I'm not missing anyone else, everyone else is important. I hear a number of people, Dr. Maxwell, that you either hired here at Northwestern, or they know you personally, given your work here in the county over the last, 40 so years as you've been focused here in Prince George's County while you've been in other places. So with that, I'm going to do a couple pieces. We want to bring up, we have a special guest as well, the Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown, to come up and give a couple words as well.
Wow. I am really, really excited for this announcement of Dr. Kevin Maxwell. He is certainly the right choice at the right time to lead the Prince George's County school system to higher heights. Yes, indeed. He is as Senator Pinsky said, a #1 draft choice, a marquee player. You know, Kevin's gone from being a student in the Prince George's County school classrooms to being a principal leading a Prince George's County school. He's gone from a parent in the Prince George's County community to being a teacher in many, many classrooms in Prince George's County schools. He is the right choice at the right time. I had the opportunity to work with Dr. Maxwell as we welcomed thousands of families to Maryland as a part of base realignment and closure, and I really appreciate your work, your professionalism, your dedication, your responsiveness. Welcome to Team Prince George's County. And speaking of Team Prince George's County, let me thank the captain of our team, County Executive Rashern Baker. Outstanding pick. An outstanding pick after a credible process, and that's always important. We appreciate your leadership. Since before you were elected, you made a commitment to the students, the parents, the educators, in the Prince George's County Public Schools, that you would do everything to deliver the resources and the leadership to achieve the highest educational outcomes and experiences for our students. And today, is not a culmination because the journey continues, but certainly a fulfillment of the pledge and the responsibility that you assumed as county executive. So I want to commend you for your leadership and commit on behalf of the governor, and I think I can speak on behalf of all the members of the General Assembly, our continued commitment to partnering with Prince George's County, its schools, and its communities. Look, we've got 120,000 students, 9,000 educators, 18,000 employees in 209 buildings. Over the last 7 years, because of the good work under Jolene Ivey's leadership and the other members of the General Assembly, we've increased our annual state contribution to operating dollars in our classrooms by 20% annually. We have either built, replaced, or rebuilt 1 out of every 4 schools in Prince George's County. So today, fewer and fewer students are being educated in temporary trailers, and more of our students are being educated by a highly qualified teacher at the front of the classroom. That is our commitment to Prince George's County, and on behalf of the state of Maryland, in partnership with you, we will continue that commitment. A very exciting day. Welcome, Dr. Maxwell.
I'm going to try to stop because there's so many important people, and I'll try my hardest to interject in between each presentation. But now we have, representing the council chair, Andre Harrison, who couldn't be here today, we have Councilman Mel Franklin, who can bring some greetings on behalf of the county council.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to be brief. I want to say on behalf of the chair of the county council, Andre Harrison, Dr. Maxwell, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. We look forward to working closely with you. We all want to have the school system that's going to be the envy of the world. And we believe with your leadership we can get there. And I want to thank the county executive for his bold leadership in this issue. We are very appreciative. We want to thank the lieutenant governor and the General Assembly and the members of the Board of Education. This is about partnership today, folks. This is about partnership. Dr. Maxwell is not going to be able to do it alone. He's going to need a team of folks who are going to make sure he has the resources that he needs, that he has the staffing that he needs, and that he has the freedom and the independence that he needs to truly lead our school system into the 21st century economy and beyond. And so just on behalf of the county council, thank you. We look forward to working with you. You have a partner in us. We're family, and we're going to get it done. Thank you. All right.
With that, I want to bring up for presentation some stalwarts in the General Assembly who really helped move the legislation forward. We have the chair of our House and Senate delegations, Delegate Ivey, and also Senator Doug Peters. Can come up together, and I think there would be you both can have some brief words.
This is like the Academy Awards. You're right, Ann. High Point High School, class of 79, just for the record. And I would like to also thank the county executive for dragging us into this in the middle of the session. And it was very stressful. There was a lot of controversy around this decision. And I'm so grateful that he came to us, he asked for our help, and we all pitched in. So even though everybody wasn't excited about it at the time, we went through a lot in the press and among each other, but our delegation hung together. And without Delegate Healy and Delegate Neiman, they really helped a lot on the House side. We worked a lot with the senators. Our whole delegation worked together. And it is all worth it for this announcement and for this moment. So we're really happy to have you here. I still have 2 children in the schools. You know, we lost one just because he graduated in June a couple of weeks ago. So now I can no longer claim to have the most children in the school system. If you put the entire school board together, you all can stop hearing me say that because I'm sure you guys can beat me now. I'm down to 2. But we've made a real commitment to the schools, and I know you have too. So thank you so much for being here, and we're really, really excited for this day.
Delegate Ivey and I are coordinating our clothing now. And I'm a proud graduate of Springbrook High School, Montgomery County. And so is his wife. So there. Right, way to go. I have a little bit of a different spin on Dr. Maxwell. You know, I do a lot of door knocking, and I came upon the Maxwell household knocked on the door. He comes out in his shorts and T-shirt, and he starts pummeling me about education. And I did not know who he was, honestly. This was in 2006, I think it was. So he's asked me this, that, and the other thing. After 15 minutes of drilling me, he says, you know what, I think I'm going to support you. And then he says, by the way, I'm superintendent of Anne Arundel schools. So guess what? Payback, buddy. He lives in the 23rd District. I know where you live. Anyway, I just want to reiterate what some of my colleagues have said, and I'm proud to be here with Senator Pinsky, Senator Ramirez, who supported the legislation on the Senate side. It's not going to work unless we all get behind him. It's not going to work unless we all get behind him. Everything that has happened to date needs to be forgotten. We need to move forward with our parents, with our businesses, with our elected officials, and we need to do it for our students. That's why we need to do it, for their achievement. So we're foursquare behind you in the General Assembly. I speak also on behalf of President Mike Miller, who couldn't be here. But we have to be successful in this system. And I say we. We can't just load it on one person's shoulders and say, make it happen. We all have to get together and move forward. So we're supporting you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you again. And with that, I also want to bring to the podium the new chair of the Board of Education, Dr. Segun Eubanks.
Good afternoon, colleagues. It's such a tremendous pleasure and honor to be with you on this great occasion today. Dr. Maxwell, on behalf of the Prince George's County Board of Education, welcome home. There's no doubt, Dr. Maxwell, that every single one of our board members are deeply committed to excellence, are deeply committed to every child in Prince George's County, deeply committed to the relentless pursuit of a vision that every child who enters our school doors will exit fully prepared for the world ahead. So we today, I believe, send a crystal clear message to the citizens and the families of Prince George's County that we today are in pursuit of excellence. We are in pursuit of excellence through unwavering belief in every child, in every parent, in every teacher, in every administrator, in every citizen of Prince George's County. We are in relentless pursuit by working every day and not accepting anything less than the absolute best. That is the commitment that each one of our board members brings, and we welcome you to the team to join us. I got to tell one quick story. There's a lot of great things that happen in Prince George's County Public Schools. One of them is through the generous support of a Wallace Foundation grant. The Prince George's County Public Schools is involved in several doctoral cohort programs where many of our top administrators who work hard and tirelessly every day are spending their nights and weekends pursuing their advanced degrees and their terminal degrees. I had the pleasure of spending some time with some of these colleagues a couple of weeks back, and they asked me, what is it really that you're trying to get out of a new CEO? What do you want? What are you going to expect from us? And I said, you know, when we announce the name, one of two things will happen. You'll say, is that all you got? Or you'll say, wow. This morning when I walked in the door, one of the colleagues who was in the room today, he walked up to me and he said, wow. So with that, we know that we have taken this first step. We know there's going to be a great partnership between our Board of Education, between our new CEO and our county executive, and we look forward to the journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Eubanks, Chair Eubanks, for those words. So with that, I don't want to catch the county executive off guard. He was drinking water as I said this, but we have the opportunity to bring forward, we have the opportunity to bring forward the county executive of Prince George's County, Rashawn L. Baker. I wanted to say briefly that obviously most of you have followed this process, but we were in a meeting, and I said this before, we were in a meeting, and someone told him that, you know, the best thing you can do as a leader of a jurisdiction the size of Prince George's County is make sure that the students in Prince George's County receive a quality education. And he looked back at me and said, I think I have about 125,000 students that I have to take care of. And that to me shows the commitment. He's been an awesome leader, and I want to bring up to the podium the County Executive Rashawn L. Baker III.
I don't know. I don't hear awesome leader when we were actually starting this. There were things I was called. I don't remember that being one of them, but I'll take it today. I normally start every speech talking about what a great day it is in Prince George's County. And today it truly is a great day. It is a historic day for us in the county. It's a new day. It's a new day because we are here to add the final piece to the new construction of our schools, our new CEO. This today is a culmination of a great deal of hard work, determination, commitment, collaboration, and most of all, a great deal of love for our children. Today we are here to celebrate a new beginning. We are able to celebrate this new day thanks to the support and hard work of a lot of people. And I would be remiss if I did not thank Delegate Jolene Ivey and Delegate Peters for their leadership on the House side. Senator Peters for their hard work. Can we give them a round of applause? I certainly didn't want to give him a promotion. I come from the House, and that's the best place. I certainly want to thank our host today, Principal Batanga, Northwestern High School. I also, before I get into remarks, want to thank a couple of people who've already been thanked today. First and foremost, the leader in this effort, the person I asked to take the ball and run with it, who didn't ask for it, but took it and did a phenomenal job, our Deputy CEO, Betty Hager-Francis. You will hear me use the word drafted. We certainly drafted Senator, former delegate, my liaison to municipalities, Beatrice Tignor, I think is out here. Can we give her a round of applause for her work? And a person who cares deeply about education, graduated from Gwynn Park High School, and has done a great job, my Chief of Staff, Glenda Wilson. Can we give her a round of applause? Certainly want to thank Dr. Dukes, Kenneth Johnson, Orland Johnson. Can you please stand up? Because they sent me down some phenomenal names. And I'd like to thank, once again, I drafted another person to come help me out. My senator, I still call him that, Senator Paul Pinsky, who's instrumental in us getting here today. Paul, if you could stand up, we can give you a round of applause. I certainly thank the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House, who, when I called him and told him that we were bringing in Dr. Maxwell, I expected him to yell at me. And he said something profound, or touching to me at least. He said, I was reluctant to give you the authority to select a superintendent. And he said, today, you have just renewed my faith in your ability to make a good choice. That says a lot about you, Dr. Maxwell. Certainly want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for his words, great speech, and please thank the Governor for us, great job. And though he's not here, I didn't see Dr. Crawley. I want to thank Dr. Crawley for his professionalism, for his caring about the school system, for being a shining example of what we want our children and adults to be like, willing to stand there and help us out. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Finally, the last person I'm going to thank, and then I will read these remarks, is not here today. But she is probably the reason why we're here today. I said it during the testimony. I want to thank Krista Beverly, my wife, for not being able to sleep, for asking her husband to drive her around this county of ours, and for me not being able to sleep until we picked the best person. That is why we're here. Thank you, Krista. When I think about this being a new day, it's very apt that we are using the new title, CEO, to lead our school system. In the private sector, CEO often reach their position because of a path they follow. They graduate from business school, and they start moving directly into management with their eyes on the top spot. Or maybe they take the long road. They start in the proverbial mailroom and work their way up, every facet of the business learning along the way. Dr. Kevin Maxwell, the new selection for the CEO of Prince George's County School, may not have started in the mailroom, but he did start in the classroom. He has held every position and gained the necessary experience that our new CEO is going to need. He has learned every facet of school systems operations along his journey, a journey that brings him back to Prince George's County. But most importantly, he has been successful at every stop along the way. Dr. Maxwell started in the school system as a teacher, I believe in Crossland High School. I have the Suitland High red band on, so that's an important place. He went on to become a vice principal, eventually become a principal at Northwestern High School. He built a career and a reputation as his time here as an innovator in this school. He's a teacher's principal, a man committed to his students and the community. He has always been a believer in every child's greatness, that they just needed to be nurtured and supported to become strong, productive, intelligent people. Unfortunately, we lost him to another jurisdiction, like we lose too many of our great teachers and principals. He went to Montgomery County, where he rose quickly from principal to the position of community superintendent, overseeing 30 schools and working under the longtime superintendent, Jerry Weiss, one of the best in the school system and in the schools. After 6 years there in Montgomery County, he took his talent to Anne Arundel County, where he served as superintendent for almost 7 years. And during this time, he has and continues to be a resident of Prince George's County. Never left the county. We also have a CEO who is well respected around the state. The 24 county and city superintendents elected him to be their president this past year, where he did an impressive job, and I want to thank him for the work he's done there. Dr. Maxwell has followed a career trajectory that has allowed him to learn what it takes to be successful at every level, from teacher, support staff, principal, middle, upper level management. He gets it. Not only does he get it, he is innovative. Consider this. We are here in Northwestern High School. This is the school that Dr. Maxwell built. He took a different approach because he had a vision to not just tear down a school, but to build around it. And he's built this great school that we're in here today. That is the type of innovation we need and want in Prince George's County. His innovation in Anne Arundel County, when he arrived, he turned around one of their lowest performing high schools. He deconstructed the high school, then he reconstructed the whole instructional program, and today, Annapolis High School is one of the best success stories. In fact, was featured in a nationwide television production. Let's give him a round of applause for that work there. This type of innovation, creativity, this is what the county is looking for. But what really makes Dr. Maxwell special, and we've said it a lot today, and you'll hear it probably more, is this is a homecoming for him. He grew up in Prince George's County. I think he was born in Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, and then moved to Prince George's County and has never left. Has never left. Went to elementary school here, middle school here, and Bladensburg High School. So I think we're going to round up all the high schools by the time it's over. He is truly one of our shining sons of Prince George's County. We are so lucky that we can stand here today and welcome back one of our best that was taken from us, and we're taking him back. We're taking him back. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our next CEO, Dr. Kevin Maxwell.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here today. I talk a lot in my career about seeking greatness. I've talked a lot in my last district about a journey to greatness. And that journey to greatness happens in a couple different ways. It happens organizationally, but it also happens individually. We're all individually on our journeys to greatness as well. And without that personal commitment to greatness within yourself, you can't have that broader commitment to greatness in any other form. Community, schools, county government, state government. But we have to be successful at this. And I'm committed to that. I want to make it really clear. I've been asked by a couple of reporters. But this is my home. This is absolutely my home. I never left here because it's my home. My kids went to school here. 2 of them graduated from Bowie High School, and 2 of them graduated in Anne Arundel County. There's a little marriage thing that happened, but interestingly, as we stand here, where I was principal, home of the Wildcats, my daughter. My twin daughters from my first marriage graduated from Arundel High School, which is home of the Green and White Wildcats. When I left here in 2000 and went to Montgomery County, I went to the home of Walter Johnson, which was the Green and White Wildcats. So there's a lot of Wildcat that you'll find going forward, just in case you're not clear about that. But in all seriousness, there are items that need to be addressed here in Prince George's County. And I know, and everyone here knows, I know you wouldn't be here if you didn't believe that schools are the centerpiece of our communities. Without a successful school system, your property values decline, confidence declines. When I came here to build this school, those of you that were around me during that period of time, you know that we talked a lot about the renaissance of Northwestern. You get to excellence through improvement, through change, through hard work. I appreciate that it's already been said that I can't do this by myself. I absolutely can't do this by myself. I need every one of you. And so for those that have been saying, what are you going to do? I'm going to turn it right back around and say, what are you going to do to help? Because if you don't make the same commitment that the people who have made some tough decisions in the last, few months have made, then there's not an opportunity for greatness. But we need all of our children to be successful, to have that opportunity for rigor, for innovation, for creativity. When we built this school, we built it to break down the large high school environment and build it around sub-schools that are thematically oriented, to personalize the environment so that kids could feel welcome, so kids could get to know their school. So instead of an English department of 16 or 24, you have an English department of 4 or 5 or 6 teachers where you can have the same child more than once perhaps and really get to know them and build those relationships. Those relationships are more critical, I've come to believe, than almost anything else that we do. Kids know whether you care about them. They know whether you love them. They know whether you dismiss them and don't care about them. And we want great teachers in our classrooms who love our children like their own. We want great teachers in our classrooms that know their content knowledge but love their kids. And we need great principals in all of our schools. And I know, I don't want to stand here and sound like that isn't going on, because I know a lot of these folks, as we have talked about. And you have some good-hearted, hard-working, well-educated, driven people in the school system. But we still have a few things we have to address. The achievement has got to improve, and we've got to make sure that those people right now who are not seeing the Prince George's County Public School System as their choice understand that we're here for them too. And there have to be some there has to be the right programming, the right things that people are interested in. Because of all of the things that people who know me know about me, I'm a very competitive person. And I'm happy to compete with every other educational entity in this district, in this state, and I don't like to lose. I stand here and I know that probably don't want a dissertation today, but I do stand here today proud to be a resident of Prince George's County, proud to be a product of this school system. I went to Kentland Elementary School. My father was in the Army. I was born at DeWitt Army Hospital at Fort Belvoir. My mom moved us here after her divorce, after I finished second grade. So from third grade to sixth grade in those days, I went to Kentland Elementary School. Then I went to Kent Junior High School, and I graduated from Bladensburg. I did a little bit of work at the community college before joining the Navy to get the GI Bill, and came back here to Prince George's County. I was actually stationed, I was still living here, but I was stationed at Bethesda for the majority of my military time. And when I got out of the Navy, I started the very next week at the University of Maryland, College Park, right down the street from here. Did my bachelor's and master's there. I student taught at High Point High School. I started at Crossan, went to Central. From Central, I was principal of Buck Lodge Middle School, my first principalship, and I saw the current principal from Buck Lodge here right now. And then I went to Northwestern for 8 years, where I was principal for 4 of those years and CEA for 4 of those years, and had the pleasure to build this school. And then broadened my horizons and went to Montgomery County for a little while, and Anne Arundel, and I've learned over that period of time a lot of things, and I feel well prepared and ready to come back and lead this system forward. And I see some long-time people that I've known, that I've been a principal with, and I thank you all for being here. I'm not going to start naming people because I'll get myself in trouble. But I know members of the current school board. I know members of the school board from before the reorganization happened. I met our county executive when I was here at Northwestern High School, and he was working with the Leadership Academy at the University of Maryland, and we were talking about student leadership. And they had started a leadership program at John F. Kennedy High School in Montgomery County, and I had a Leadership Academy group here, men and women of Northwestern, under one leadership umbrella, and we were working a lot with student leadership and students helping to make sure that the school was the kind of school experience they wanted it to be. To this day, as superintendent in Anne Arundel County, I have a high school student advisory. I have a teacher advisory, talking to people and visiting people, and understanding the real world is important. And I'm going to say something that made them laugh when I started my first superintendency in Anne Arundel County, because I think it's so important to see things. And when I told them that I was going to visit every school in the district in the first semester, they laughed. They were like, there's no way that you can do that. But it's important to be in schools. It's important to see classrooms. It's important to see instruction. It's important to know whether people are teaching what we want them to be teaching, and what the building looks like, what the facility looks like, to appreciate the hard work that goes on from building managers and their support staff to secretaries and cafeteria workers, teachers and principals and assistant principals, pupil personnel workers and guidance counselors. It's important to appreciate that work and to see the work that's going on and to be seen. And I commit to you that I will be in every school in this county in the first year of my tenure as superintendent, because I will make the time to do that, because it is important. I think it was well said by several others, but I look forward to the partnership. I look forward to working with our state legislature, the governor's office, with the school board. I've known some of you a very long time. With our state's attorney, we've already talked about some things. The health department, I'm glad you're here. I read the article this morning about obesity, and I'm actually going to be talking to the state health officer that oversees schools in just a couple weeks, and I look forward to talking with you about health as well. But we're going to work together, and we're going to make great things happen together. And I appreciate the confidence that you have shown in me to bring me back home again. And I look forward to spending the rest of my life here at home. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm not going to be your last voice. We did ask, yesterday, a couple of days ago, we called the principal of this high school, Northwestern, because we knew we were doing the announcement. And Principal Batanga was here walking the halls. He was introducing new staff. He was doing what principals do during the summer when most people think the schools are shut down. As most people probably know, the school system is on a 4-day work week. So today actually is a closed day normally for every other part of the county, every part of the school system. Principal Batanga was supposed to be out of town today. Was leaving 3 o'clock this morning, and we told him we were coming here, and I saw the guilt on his face, and he said, there's no way you're going to be able to be in my school and I'm not here. So with that, I'm going to ask Principal Batanga to come up and give us closing remarks, and with that, the county executive and Dr. Maxwell will be available for the media afterwards. Barry Hudson will direct that, and Scott Peterson as well. So with that, Principal Batanga, thank you so much, and we've got closing remarks.
I'm very honored and privileged to be here and speak on behalf and make the closing remarks, but there's one more group of people I want to recognize, and that's our parents and educators who are in the building, in this room. That's that dedication and commitment that we see day in and day out from our teachers, our custodians, our school resource officers, making sure that every student is receiving what they need to be successful day in and day out. So the one thing that I do want to reemphasize is that energy, that I felt that energy in this room as soon as you walked in, and I'm sure everybody in this room felt that energy. But we need to go out, and I want to reiterate, it takes all of us putting our oars in the water and pulling at the same time to make this thing work. So with that, I want to thank everyone here. I want to thank the leadership from the whole county exec all the way down to the folks typing up the papers to make this thing work. So thank you. Everyone have a great afternoon. And once again, Dr. Maxwell, welcome back, sir.